In our Note to Self series, healing doesn't always start in a therapist's office. Sometimes it begins with creativity and connection and honest conversation. One storyteller is using his own journey and storytelling skills to help others feel seen and supported. And now he's stepping into a national advocacy role as a mental health ambassador with Active Minds. He's a familiar face here on ARC Seattle. Jay Martin Jr. joins Tyrah down in the ARC Lounge this morning. Hi, guys.
Hi, Steve. Jay, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Congratulations on this new national role.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. It's unreal, but I'm here.
It's a very big deal. So you've been named a mental health ambassador with Active Minds. Can you first just start by telling us about the organization and what you all stand for?
It's beautiful. The organization started over 20 years ago with Allison Malman. She went through a traumatic situation with her brother, lost her brother, and she created this movement out of the pain. And this is where they're in over 1,000 institutions, high schools, colleges, amplifying their voices and creating a space where they can talk about their mental health. And so, you know, fast forward all these years, you just don't know how things will align. And I went through a traumatic situation. I lost my mom in 2024 from an overdose. And she battled with her mental health for over 26 years. And so you never know how things will come together. And just 9 months after I lost her, I went to Atlanta. I always tell myself, I'll probably tell the rest of my life, what if I never went to Atlanta? Went to Atlanta and the organization was there. And they were talking to college students, and I sat in that front row asking myself, and it was sponsored by Paramount, but I asked myself, what would it be like to tell her story, to tell my story of how we've gotten through certain things, trauma, and what was it like growing up with an addict, and not knowing just 8 months, 9 months later, that I'd be named a mental health ambassador with that same organization. And I actually had the opportunity to cook for college students. They did Cooking with Jay. If y'all don't know, I love to cook. And that's where this whole thing came together. And so I am immensely grateful for what they are doing. And it is overwhelming to be in this space today. But I am thankful to take the pain that I didn't know what to do with it. And I put purpose behind it as a storyteller. And now I get to tell stories to college students and more. So.
Well said, well said. You mentioned losing your mom. It's been 2 years since the date, and you know, coinciding with you being announced into this position. You talk about now you get to use your pain to inspire others. Can you talk more about what you're hoping to accomplish in this role, and especially what you hope to do for those young, active minds?
Yes. You know, the biggest thing is, you know, this opportunity gives me the space to go back, you know, in the years of my life where I didn't feel seen and heard. And so I hope that through being able to sit with them, that we can create the largest table where people can come together. Young people can come together and they can share their stories. And not only is it a safe space, but they feel brave to tell their stories. And so I just feel like I'm just a vessel where, yes, I've gone through things myself, but I hope that they turn around and say, well, let me reach out and help somebody else. Actually, there was a study in 2003 with MTV, and come to find out, over 70% of students just didn't know or didn't feel like they were an expert in being able to help their friends with mental health. And this is how they came together. Active Minds and MTV came together to create the ASK campaign. And ASK stands for Acknowledge, Support, Keep in Touch. So I just shot my first digital campaign doing that and reaching young people. And so the hope for me is that they will feel safe to be able to tell their stories, you know, because maybe your story is not addiction, but maybe, you know, it's depression. Maybe you're dealing with just like lower feelings or not feeling accepted. So I hope that the conversations that I can have with them, they want to take that back into their communities and amplify the voices that are there.
So you mentioned you're going to be traveling across the country to different colleges, talking to different students. What would you say are some of the biggest challenges that young people are going through right now, biggest mental health challenges, and what do you want to focus on when you go and visit these students and chat with them?
You know, I want to talk to them. You know, we have social media. Thank God for social media. I mean, we get discovered through social media. But I think the biggest thing is feeling isolated, especially with the pandemic. I mean, I know we're like, oh, we're 6 years beyond, but there's like residue. And I think the biggest thing is also comparison. And we feel like, you know, well, unless I don't go viral on social media, then there's no value. I want to talk to them about, their value comes from within. And, I don't have millions of followers, and I love it. I'm building a community. Now, will it expand one day?
Absolutely.
I hope it does. I believe it will now with doing all of this. But I hope to talk to them about, their value that comes from within. And it's not about everything that you post or what you see. We don't know people that we're watching, And so I hope that people will feel like they can just show up as their most authentic selves.
Yeah.
Be you. I am here today. I was named an ambassador because I just decided to show up in the pain, dealing with depression, not knowing where to go. But because I was myself, this beautiful organization, this nonprofit discovered me and has given me this opportunity to do that. So I hope to go all around. I'm gonna laugh.
You will.
I get the opportunity to cook. Like the first college I'm going to, I'm doing Cooking with Jay live. And so I'm gonna have a good time with these students. Like over, I think like 100 students. It's crazy to think that this is happening, but I'm grateful. I give this chapter to my mother because she told me years ago that one day I would do something like this. So here we are.
Well, she would be proud, and we're absolutely proud of you here at ARC Seattle. We appreciate you coming on to do your Note to Self segment, and now
so
here
grateful.
in your ambassador role. And Steve, I don't know if you can see Jay's hat, but it says "Dream Big," and I think that's the message a lot of these young college students are going to be leaving with.
Yeah, it's a good message. I smile whenever I see Jay, and I'm smiling big time this morning. Just so proud of him.
Likewise.
So thank you for that.
Yeah.
For more information about Active Minds, use your smartphone's camera to scan that QR code that's going to pop up in the corner of your screen, if we have that. The link that pops up will take you directly to KOMOnews.com. From there, you're going to find a link to the organization's website. And again, congrats to Jay. Coming up, we'll preview a story that